Well, it'll soon be Christmas.
Ho,
And
ho, ho.
Here he is. He's here with his mistletoe again. I don't know why he puts it down there, though. As a special treat in inverted commas,
Yeah, that's a stretch.
we've got our review of the year. So this is part one this week, and there was so much going on this year that we've stretched it out into a three-part episode.
Ooh,
So
we do like to drag it out, don't we?
yeah. Anyway, all that remains to be said is it's me. I'll hand over to me and him.
Ho, ho, ho.
Hello,
Hello.
and welcome to Planet Marzipan, the Fish and Marillion podcast. I'm Mezza, and here's my mate.
Craig Houston.
Hello, welcome to Planet Marzipan. I'm Mezza. I'm here with my good friend who's feeding his face, but I'm here, my good friend.
Craig. Or is it fair? Because she hasn't been dried out
At
for it.
the end of the year, it's got to be fair, hasn't it?
It's got to be fair. Yes, I've just
Yeah.
been stuffing my face with the Belgian.
She's already had her buttons out.
Yeah.
Oh, she has.
Have you cleaned that
Yeah.
mistletoe? You got your mistletoe ready now?
It's been disinfected.
Oh, good.
Jet washed as well.
Well, those of you who've been listening for more than a year will know that we do a roundup of the year as we head towards Christmas. And
So,
we have got a full house for you today to look back on 2025. We've got Grae Tennick.
Evening. How are you?
Hello. Good, mate. You?
Yeah, I'm good. Thank you.
We've got Paul McMillan.
Hello, everyone.
Hi, Paul. You okay?
I'm very good, thank you.
We
Look
have
forward to this.
Martin Jakubski.
Good evening, everybody.
Hi, Martin. You okay?
Very well, thank you.
We have Sir Michael of last t-shirt. Honest, it's my last t-shirt. Barton with us. Two. He's got two left. Oh no, sorry. He's giving me the beat.
Hi.
Hello, Mikey. All right.
Yeah, good, thanks.
Nice to see you. Good evening to Mikey Kay. And I nearly said Michael Kay there. His son, isn't it?
Oh, not my Sunday name. Hi guys. We're looking like celebrity squares tonight.
We are, yeah. Top, middle, or bottom. We welcome back Tim Sidwell.
Good evening, everybody.
Hiya, Tim. You okay?
I'm very well, thanks.
Good. And last but by no means least, Seamus Colgan.
So go on.
Hello, sir. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Good. Okay. Well, this is a bit of a free-for-all, like all our podcasts are. We're going to go
Hi.
through the calendar, picking out highlights and lowlights from the year in Marillion and Fishland. Martin and Mike are here to make sure that we get all the still Marillion dates because they've done quite a lot of dates across the year.
And Mr. H.
And Mr. H as well. So the very first one on my list is on the 4th of January 2025, Mr. H played Dordrecht. Is that right, Mike?
It did indeed. That was the organised by the Web Holland. Nice venue. Good gig. Really good gig. H actually said it was the best one he'd ever done.
He always says that, though. He likes to sell tickets, doesn't he? I mean, wasn't Warsaw?
No.
I was speaking. Wasn't Warsaw the best one he's ever done? The last one?
No, he was saying that was the best he'd ever done in Warsaw.
Oh, I see. Beg your pardon.
But he was just really settled on this one. I think, after the break of Christmas, it was a really good show. Good way to start off the year.
Yeah. Cool.
Half a gallon of Red Bull and tequila, I would imagine, have spurred that on.
I can't imagine what you're talking about.
No. Middle of January is Pete T's birthday. And then on the 31st of January, the band launched the Messenger broadcast channel. So this is what quite a few of us are signed up to now, where you get the Messenger messages from the band with usually just with photos. And I don't think is a video link. I can't remember. That's certainly how some of the more recent dates have come through.
It's
All
just the
very
image
new
from the
fans.
post, isn't it? The image from the post and a quick link to the message.
Yeah, yeah, but it's good and it's quicker. It's quick. You get stuff through quicker than emails. So if you're not
It's been really handy for me recently because I've stopped doing social media, so getting these announcements through is quite good.
yeah, your stalkers are catching up with you on social media, aren't they? So you've had to stay away.
Yeah, I can apologise. I can apologise about fear for you. That's all I can do.
Anything else for
And it-
January, Mike, on your list?
And the links,
Yeah.
Andy, for the sales.
Yes, we'll
Yes.
come on to the flash sales later on in the year because there have been quite a few of them, haven't there?
Cost me bloody fortune.
Still Marillion kicked off their season in, as usual, in
Derby?
Pot and Derby.
Yeah.
The Flower Pot and Derby. Yep, that's been the first gig of the year for about I don't know, about 5 or 6 years, maybe longer now. Yeah.
And this year was misplaced, was it, Martin?
This year was all about misplaced. Yeah, the whole kit and caboodle, all 41 minutes of it, plus associated B-sides and other hilarity that ensued along the way.
But with new improved images and visuals and
Yeah. We've kind of tried to up the game a wee bit with the visuals. Good feedback on that. We can't use it at every venue we play because not every venue we play has got the is geared up for it. They don't have a screen and a projector and so on and so forth. So, but where we've been able to use it, it's went down well.
Yeah.
The Flower Pot in Derby does not support that kind of media presentation. You know.
well, that's your easing into the year gig, isn't it? Did you do
Oh,
another
yeah,
one on
listen.
that weekend, or did you just play
Yeah.
Derby?
Swindon the night after it.
Right. Okay.
Swindon the night after it. So they've been the first two gigs for years and years. We get really good relationships with those two venues. They're always sold out, and it's always a good way to kick off the year.
Brilliant. So they're booked in for 26, are they?
They are, yes, they are. Yep.
Cool. In February 25, first thing on my list is Tim sent out a request for some video submissions for the .com for the Marillion documentary. Do you want to talk to us a little bit about that, Tim?
Which one was this? Was this for Port Zealand?
It was, yeah.
Yeah. Well, at the time, obviously we were looking at it being the last ever Port Zealand.
Still is, Tim, officially.
It still is, yeah, officially. But I mean, Lucy got up on stage, didn't she, and sort of said there was a possibility we might be back. So yeah, I thought, well, what better way to mark the occasion than to get everybody's feedback and just general thoughts about how Port Zealand has been for them over the years, because it's been, well, how long has it been? 2007 was the first one, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And lots of friendships have been made there, lots of great memories, lots of fantastic shows. Everybody's travelled from all four corners of the world, so there's loads and loads of stories there.
Wasn't there a shout out for a 21st birthday of a child that was the mum and dad met there or something?
So I put the call out on Facebook and I instantly regretted it. I have.
What are you saying, Tim? The documentary's X-rated now, is it?
Well, not so much that. It's just that there's not so much a hard drive full of fan footage, but there's quite a lot to sift through. Had an enormous amount of submissions from that, and I got the band to sort of do an appeal for the footage as well, which we put out on YouTube and on the socials as well. So that helped a lot. Sort of gave people a crib sheet about what they should film and the kind of questions that they should answer. I would say 80% of people ignored that and just did what they wanted to do. But I mean, I haven't been through all the footage yet. It's still sitting there waiting, because what I wanted to do with the documentary was to get all the fan content. We filmed some stuff while we were out there this year. So you might have seen us knocking around with some cameras on occasions beyond the shows. And then the plan is to get sit down with the band and with Lucy and with Stephanie and with everybody and Mark, everybody else that helped organise it, and do some really nicely lit sit down retrospective interviews about what Port Zealand has meant to Racket Records staff and the band. So the grand plan is to pull together, an hour-long documentary or something like that will go with the concert films whenever they come out.
Yeah. Okay. Brilliant. The other thing that I've got on the list for February, well, obviously Derek started to tour, but we'll come on to that in a minute. The California headline was announced in February, so Marillion announced that they were going to headline the Friday night at California. We will talk about California later in the year because I know some of you guys were there. And Fish confirmed the pop-up shops for the tour, so that was the big Fish announcement prior to the tour, but prior to him announcing that they were starting rehearsals again. And then, any still Marillion activity in February, Martin or Mike?
Yeah. Well,
Yep.
Martin can tell you.
You've probably got them handier than I have. I'm pulling up my calendar to go back and just
the 8th
check
was
my dates.
in Howden Park in Livingston.
The Livingston. That was the date. That was the debut of all
the videos,
animations and videos and stuff like that. So yeah,
such a cool venue as well. Proper theatre, proper nice seats. Really a massive stage, Martin, isn't it?
It's a great setup. The only thing that potentially isn't in its favour is its location. I think would be fair to say, but it's a really nice all-seated kind of auditorium venue, massive stage, amazing PA and lighting, and really nice people there as well that are all working towards giving you the best show you can. But it seemed to go over really well.
Is that the first time you played there?
We played there the previous year.
Yeah.
For the first time.
Right.
So that was a return, but the previous year we didn't have the visual thing that we're using now. But yeah, it's a really nice place, and I think this year, people who had been there last year had told other people, so the numbers were bigger again. So that's one we're trying to build up. I appreciate it's a bit out of the way for people, but it's a quite a different gig experience. For the normal shows.
Sounds good. Anything else, boys, before we head into Derek's tour? No. Okay. Well, we have covered some of this in great detail to the point where I started crying, so apologies for that.
No.
I'm not planning on doing it tonight, so you're all right, folks. Fish's tour, the Road to the Isles UK leg, started on the 18th of February in Haddington. Mike, you were there, weren't you, for that night?
Yeah, I went to both.
Grae, sorry.
Yeah, I went to both as well.
Do you want to give us a flavour of Haddington? I mean, we've been before, but we certainly didn't go this time, Craig and I.
It was a missed opportunity for the town. There was nothing, considering it was full of fans travelling in. There was bugger all going on for the fans around town. That was a big missed opportunity. But the gigs were excellent. It's weird, the Corn Exchange, because, we went there, didn't we, during the conventions when Fish done his conventions and stuff. It's not the biggest room. It's not the most salubrious location.
No. It's a village hall, isn't it?
It is basically, village hall.
Yeah.
Really good shows. I was surprised at how good, totally surprised at how good them shows were.
And how strong he sounded. I remember.
Yes, I mean the break had done him good.
Yeah.
And I think there were two very different gigs as well. The first one, he was finding his feet. The second one, he was confident. But I think the thing that blew me away the most was there was people there that hadn't seen him since the Vigil tour. And they were walking in and they were just like sweeping up the merch.
Yeah.
Like, I'll have one of everything. It was scary. There's people spending hundreds of pounds. Like, where have you been the last 20, 25, 30 years?
We have a friend like that. I'm sure I've said this before. Mark Owens is like that. If he finds a new band, he buys everything on the merch, just one of everything. But hi, Mark, if you're listening.
It was like Derek said at the time. He's like, where have these people been the last 25, 30 years? If this had continued from the beginning, I wouldn't be in the situation I'm in now.
As status quo, no, that's what happens when you put farewell tour on your tour post.
Yeah, I was just about to say that, John. I think the answer to that question is as soon as you put the word farewell in front of a tour, I think that will pull people who haven't maybe been to see you for a long time. That will bring them out the woodwork.
Yeah, but they were good shows, and when we met people that we hadn't seen for 20 years, like people from the conventions and stuff that we hadn't seen for years, it was good.
Yeah. The tour had a day off on the 20th and went to Manchester on the 21st of February, which was my first gig of the tour.
Yeah, I thought, what event? That was the first
I've
time
never been there before the Albert Halls. It's brilliant,
fantastic.
Isn't it?
Absolutely fantastic.
It's brilliant apart from getting in and out of it.
Yeah.
But the venue itself is great. Yeah. It's a huge room. And he seemed on great form. Certainly, I was like you say, a bit surprised by how sharp he was sounding. We'd seen him. Craig and I had been over to Utrecht to see the previous leg in the October, and he sounded good there. But he just seemed really up for this, and the crowd were just
Well, out of the 6 shows I did on this tour, this was the best one.
Right. Wow.
By far the best.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I don't know if it was my favourite of the ones. I mean, Newcastle was great, but we'll come on to that very shortly. Did any of you guys do any of the other dates? So from Manchester, went to Wolves, Portsmouth.
I done Liverpool.
I was also at Liverpool. So
yeah. How was that? Hometown gig for
my show, actually.
For you guys?
Yeah, I think he said when he came out that obviously he enjoys coming to Liverpool. You know, obviously there's steeped in musical history. He mentioned the Beatles and everything. But yeah, I thought it was. I also wanted to mention it's a great idea. The pop-ups. I thought it was a fantastic leap forward, especially as venues take so much on top.
Well, somebody suggested it to Lucy again, haven't they? For September. I don't know whether she'll consider that or not.
So was it 25%? Every venue is 25%.
Yeah, every venue 25%. Yeah, which is
so. Steep. But Fish had done it previously. He'd done it in a couple of. He did it on a couple of the previous tours. You got a. What's the one in London that he does? He did regularly.
Islington.
Islington. He always went to a pub there and sold stuff in advance.
I mean, how he acted at the pop-ups changed as the tour went on. So initially he wasn't signing anything, and then as the tour sort of progressed, once he got to sort of Aylesbury and London, he started signing things. And we saw him at the pop-up in Newcastle, and he was signing everything that people put in front of him.
Yeah,
Bristol was the same until he got to the point he says, "Look, I need to go and have my dinner. If I don't get my dinner now, I'm not going to get anything."
Yeah. Did anybody, Mike? Did you do Aylesbury?
No.
Right. I understand it was a different set in Aylesbury, wasn't it?
It was. Bristol was a good show.
Yeah, good venue.
Yeah, it was really enjoyable. It wasn't my favourite of the tour, but
what was
one of the last two.
Which? Come
on. For the atmosphere, it was the last night. For the set, it was the second last night.
Yeah. Okay. What you say? Manchester was your favourite, Mike, from the tour?
Yeah, I mean, I think Glasgow was always going to be the one that it's the end, yada yada yada. But Manchester, the crowd of Manchester was superb. I think it lifted it. It was sold out. It was rammed to the rafters, and it's a room that it's an old Methodist church. So you've got this wraparound balcony. Tim, have you been Albert Halls in Manchester? Yeah, it's a really cool venue.
Yeah, I've been. Yeah,
and even if you're on the balcony, on that up there, you still feel really close.
Well, the balcony does wrap behind the band, doesn't it?
Yeah, and it goes behind as well. Yeah,
it's a great venue. I have to say, I thought Newcastle City Hall was good. Classic venue, City Hall, isn't it? It's a good few years since I've been, but
it was a fantastic atmosphere there, and it was actually the only gig I've ever been there where it's actually been standing on the floor, and it was busy. It was really, really busy. Not as stupid as Glasgow, but there was a real good feel to it. But Mikey, you went to the pop-up in Newcastle before the gig, didn't you?
I did. And I got myself the single disc version of Welt's merch because I've only got the vinyl and the deluxe edition. So I thought, well, while the stuff was still on sale, I would grab one. And glad I did, because the big guy came in not 10 minutes later. So I got it signed, so I was over the moon while I was waiting for you guys to turn up. It was an amazing night, though. I mean, that made my night before the gig even started. But like you said, John and Craig, the atmosphere was really warm, and there was like a camaraderie about the whole evening, which felt really good. The only thing that I was a little bit disappointed with was the fact that we got Plague of Ghosts, because I thought you could have fitted so many other things into that space. But having said that, it was fucking awesome.
You didn't get
yeah.
Better that than the High Road.
Yeah. High Road Suite, yeah.
But honestly, I wouldn't have changed anything that was played that evening. It was just awesome from start to finish. It was really
It was good, and it was the start. Was it Thursday? It was running into the weekend, so we got Newcastle. We didn't do Aberdeen, but then we got Glasgow that weekend on the Sunday, and then Monday.
Sunday and Monday.
Yeah.
Came home for a day, then flew to Holland for Port Zealand.
Yeah.
Because we'd originally got our tickets, didn't we? And you persuaded us to kind of go do the two nights instead of
Craig. We all know that Derek did it's my tour. I'll announce another night if I want to at the end. And Craig was like, "I'm not buying it." He said it was the last one. I'm not buying another ticket. I said, "You'll regret it." And so he bought another ticket.
So I was exactly the same, and it was there was a Swedish guy who was like, "I'm selling 2 tickets. Who wants them?" I was like, "Oh God, then I'll have them." So I ended up going.
It was a great.
I took a friend from Dumfries. I took a guy down from Dumfries here that was in a band with at the time, the drummer, and he hadn't seen Marillion or Fish since '86, and he was just blown away. He says, apart from anything else, he says the audience, the crowd was just phenomenal. He says, I don't think I've ever experienced anything quite like it. He says, just the feeling of everybody being one, everybody being together, everybody knowing each other, everybody being, because obviously he was down at the front with Rebecca and Nicky and Mikey Owens and all that huge crowd that stayed back afterwards. And so, was it The Company we sang?
Yeah.
Yes, there is video of it and photos.
There is video of it, yeah. And he's just standing there going.
Well, I mean, as we documented on here, we did one night on the floor and one night up in the balcony for the last night, and the atmosphere on the floor was great that last but one night. I mean, it was different in the balcony. We had a great view,
but we weren't as crushed as what you guys were downstairs.
Yeah. See how busy it was downstairs. It was
it was rammed.
Bonkers.
Can I ask a question just about how it compared to the rest of the tour? Because I thought when we saw him at Liverpool, and it might have been because he'd spaced out the gigs, he was desperately trying to obviously protect his voice and not. So did he really go for it in that last gig?
Yeah, he did.
That's what I thought he might do.
I don't think it was a marked difference from, say, Manchester or Newcastle, if I'm honest.
Okay.
There was a couple of points in some of the tracks where you could tell that he was wanting to go. So this is the earlier gigs, even Haddington and certainly in Bristol. He was letting Elizabeth and Robin just take that little bit of the backing vocals and take a little bit to build the sound. Whereas in the last 2 gigs in Glasgow, he was definitely the one that was leading it, and the last night he just went hell for leather. It was, and you could see
on the last night
he was so emotional that last night. You could see him.
Yeah, I think Elizabeth Antwi was struggling on. She was getting lots of hot drinks brought out. She definitely had something going on.
End of tour cold or something. Yeah. I mean, Yatta was on stage, wasn't he? For
at
the end as well, which was nice.
Yeah, sorry, but I've got my big question is to Martin: is how did you feel seeing the last gigs, considering that you sing these songs on a regular basis, and not to put too fine a point in it, but you're almost carrying the next generation torch along to keep these songs alive, especially the solo stuff.
Well, first up, I wasn't at any of the shows.
I was going to say I didn't go, Craig.
Did you not go to them?
No. I wasn't at any of the shows in the last tour. I won't bore anybody that's listening with the reasons for that, but I didn't make it to any of the...
Because he was backstage actually singing, and Fish
is that what it was?
Fish was miming, that's why. We've just announced it for the world there.
But what I will do is I'll make a wee bit of comment on his singing, purely from my perspective, from all the many clips that I watched over the tour. I think one of the key things that made a huge difference on this tour compared to his previous tours was the fact that he was using in-ear monitors.
Yeah, definitely.
Which is the first time, to my knowledge, that he's ever used them on stage. And I think, with all due respect, considering all the problems that he's had with his voice over the years, it's probably something that he should have considered embracing a bit further back.
So he did try.
I was saying, did he not do it?
He did try, but he said he couldn't work with
get
him.
on
He'd
with
never been able to do it before.
Yeah.
I stand corrected. Then that's fine if you tried it before. But it does change. It does change the way that you sing when you have them, because I only switched to using them just a couple of years back. And it does change the dynamic, and it does change the way you approach singing, because you don't push so hard with your voice the same way that you would do when you're just using monitor wedges in front of you and you're competing against the volume of the band and the audience. So I noticed a marked improvement in his vocals with all the clips that I watched, and I think that was certainly a big contributing factor to that, because he wasn't pushing so hard and he clearly wasn't competing against all the other noise. He sounded really vocally strong on all the clips that I saw. Admittedly, obviously the keys of the songs have been changed to accommodate his lowering voice, but he sounded really strong in all the clips that I saw. So fair play to him. Props to him as well. It was a lot of dates that he took on as well.
Well, we all sort of balked when he put the tour list out. I think he only blew out
one.
One show.
One, but we put odds on it being far more than that, though. Let's be honest now.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
John, I didn't go to any of the gigs, but was there any recordings made?
No, he's not.
No.
Well, there may have been recordings, but he's wrapped everything up. I mean, at the in March, I think he put the whole online shop to bed, and sold all the stock, and it started to appear from various outlets in the last sort of 3 or 4 months.
Townsend and other places, but he has gone on record.
Not
saying,
the official fish shop, though.
I didn't
Townsend.
say the official fish
No,
shop.
I know you're not saying he did. I'm just saying it because he gets a bit touchy about that.
He has gone on record and said that he won't be releasing a recording of the show because it's not financially viable for him to do that one thing. Having folded up the shop, which leads me to believe that there is a recording available, and he has said that it depends on if anybody wants to license his material. So I don't know. I mean, there may be something in the future where somebody goes, "Sod it, let's spend the money and speculate." Like Chris Topham used to do with his Plain Groovy and stuff, like fund people's records for very little profit. You never know.
We'll see. When he comes back out again to do his spoken word tour or something else, he'll need something. He'll need something on the merch, won't he? But not to this stage, Seamus.
A crofter's tale.
Just to touch on the thing about him deciding not to put a live document out of that last tour. I understand. I read another thing as well in one of his interviews where he mentioned that I think the last live set that he put out, which I can't remember, was it the Vigil's End one?
Vigil's End.
I think it was the Vigil's End one, which he basically said hadn't sold in the numbers that he was perhaps hoping or expecting it would do, and that kind of informed his decision. But I think the reality is he had put out quite a lot of live material in a fairly short space of time, because there was the Vigil's End stuff, there was the clutching.
Yeah, there was a
retrospective tour that he did. He put that one out.
I think there's an audio record of every tour bar the farewell tour at least.
Yeah, but there was a period there over probably about, I'm doing this from memory, about 4 years in the lead up to that farewell tour, where he put out a lot of live. He did put a lot of live stuff out, and I think there's always that possibility that with any fan base, Marillion probably being a bit of an exception to that actually, that there's a bit of saturation where maybe not everybody will want a live document of every single tour for whatever reasons. I do think though,
who would not want that?
I know. I get it. I'm not saying I subscribe to that, but I think for him commercially, I think he missed a trick.
mean, there are a lot of
not having a
questionably
not having a
recorded Fish live albums.
The
two that sound great.
They're sold in buckets. I think
that's
if you
what I
look
was
at the way
that
the tickets sold, and you look at the feel of the tour and how people responded to it, I think it would have sold in buckets.
I think if it have put something out that was recorded on the European leg, it'd have sold them over the merch desk on the UK leg.
I was surprised that, considering how quickly the tickets were selling for the European dates and how quickly he was having to add other dates on, I would have thought that might have been an indicator to say, do you know what, one of these European shows, let's do a pro shot,
Yeah.
Video recording of it and get a proper audio recording of it, and we'll have a live document that we can put out there, because I think he would have sold a lot of units,
You didn't get the call, Tim.
I didn't get the call.
But yeah, strange decision that one.
Yeah,
I thought.
definitely.
I totally agree with that. I mean, I was a big Fish fan back in the day, but I've not seen him live for many, many years. And I was tempted to go to the tour, but I never ended up going. And listening to everybody talk about it, it would be amazing to have a document of it.
Yeah.
Just a retrospective. And I'm sure in the years to come, he might regret not doing it.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I agree entirely. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It may sound odd, but the only decision that I can think of is that it's just as weird is Kate Bush not releasing the video that was made of her before the Dawn show, because that was all in. But it's like it's the same. Like it's like once and done, you will sell it, and I just don't understand the decision.
I think at the end of the day, you don't have to do anything with it. Just make sure you got cameras there. You can sit on the footage for years if you like.
Yeah,
totally. Yeah.
I just wonder whether or not it was obviously, following COVID and the times that he tried to plan it and whatever else, that maybe he just thought, I want to get this done and I want to move to the croft and be done with it all. And
he was in that thing line, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Before the tour, he was like, I've had enough.
He was tired of all the business stuff, wasn't he? But I mean, the deluxes and the vinyls that they shifted in that last year.
Oh god, yeah.
Jeez.
Was it just the merch that went? The T-shirts were selling out every night. There was new stock coming. Them T-shirts are changing hands for big money now as well. The farewell T-shirts.
Well, I was about to say that the atmosphere in Glasgow for those last two shows was incredible. The pubs were bouncing. There was so much goodwill. Fans meeting up. The only fly in the ointment was the way that they distributed the T-shirts for the final gigs, which was an absolute farce. Picked the smallest bar in bloody Glasgow to sell them out of, and
Line on the Lawson, was it what about? What?
Yeah.
Can I told you when he said he was doing the Lawson?
Yeah,
it's literally 5 minutes from where I grew up and lived for the first 25 years of my life. And when he said he was doing it in the Lawson bar, I burst out laughing and thinking, well, you're gonna get about 25 people inside there and it'll be full.
Well, the queue outside, Mum, it was
mental outside, and also they weren't there. They weren't there when they said they would start selling them. They hadn't arrived. Anyway, all done now. But it was a great weekend.
It was, and it was quite funny. Us standing in the queue and people coming up and talking to us because they recognised the voices from the podcast.
Yeah, there is hilarious.
Infamy.
It is.
It was bizarre though, wasn't it? Because obviously it was the end of the tour. It was a great run, everything else, but you almost, the elation of it went because then we're packing and traveling to PZ and we're getting in the mood for PZ and where gigs used to last quite a while in the memory, it was gone.
Yeah,
and we were into it was,
but it kind of extended. It was like the whole that and PZ was all an extended thing. It was all the same.
10
like
days of euphoria.
Same people, yeah.
It was the same faces, we'd seen the same faces at both, by and large. I think it was great. Approaching it was really exciting, and then when it happened, it was a brilliant time. It really was. We'll never get that again.
I think.
We'll never get that.
I was really worried about.
But then we rolled into Port Zealand. And lots of new merch. Three Racket vinyls, 3 Racket produced vinyls. Hello, Seamus. You can wake up now. Afraid of Sunlight Live at Marillion Weekend 2003. You can't see these because I'm on a green screen now.
You look like Ronnie Corbett in that seat.
He's going to tell a story.
It's up in a brewery, and also the Remains of the Weekend Friday with the first 3.
Yeah.
There was Anne-Marie Falker's book that launched at Port Zealand.
Oh, yeah.
Which is great. What's it called?
Foot down, push the button, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah. Is it called? Yeah, okay. And there was also Sir James of Levy had pulled together another 2 making ofs. So there was DNA, making of an hour before it's dark, and there was Pulling Shapes Out of the Night, making of Holidays in Eden, which we devoted a whole episode to.
They're brilliant.
They are brilliant, but if you're only going to get one, get Pulling Shapes Out of the Night, the making of Holidays in Eden. It is absolutely brilliant. There is some real unreleased gems on there.
And I think, isn't it this time, Tim, you didn't have to have an emergency product ready for the weekend, because like the one previously you had to do the 21st one, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's right. I think that was Georgina's idea.
Yeah, it was Georgina's idea. Yeah.
Sort of came on my desk about 2 minutes before they needed it, so that was an interesting one to do. No, we didn't produce anything video wise for this time around. No, I think they'd got enough merch without new Blu-ray sort of hitting the shelves as well.
Yeah. How did it feel going back to Port Zealand then?
Stunned silence.
Yeah, they were all knackered from the fish gigs.
Well, I mean, I wasn't at the fish gigs, but we were there a couple of days before everybody turned up, and everybody will say exactly the same thing. It's like walking back into a second home. You know, the moment you sort of round the corner and see the tent and, you know, sort of get that atmosphere, it is almost like coming home.
Yeah. And I think the long, sort of the extended stay now helps a lot. You know, you've got that day before the gigs to sort of meet people and queue up for merch for 5 hours or whatever it is. And then you've got the sort of break in between, because the band don't play consecutive nights now, which does help with the social life. Yeah, it works really well. Yeah. It works really well. And I'm sure,
especially socially, because it used to always be the thing on the Friday night, no matter how brilliant the gig was or whatever album they're going to do, there was always a load of chatter because people were seeing each other for the first time in years. So at least this way around, when you've got a chance to ease into it, makes it much more relaxed and much more fun.
Yeah, definitely.
One of the things we did was we checked in and then went straight to the merch queue, and I'm glad I did, to be honest.
Very sensible. You got your Farewell to Port Zealand shirt while you were there, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
So how long did you have to wait?
Me?
Well, me, I was still about an hour and a half, because it was by the time I got to the door to actually getting down to actually where the queue really started to serve you. Yeah, but still a good hour away.
Yeah, we decided to have a couple of pints at the airport on the way in, and yeah, so consequently we missed the merch on that first day.
So did I.
Didn't the record sell out in the first couple of hours?
The vinyl, yeah, didn't it?
There was only 100 copies of each?
The Friday they got, but the other 2 had gone. They didn't send that many copies over, as I understand, but they're widely available now, so nobody missed out, really. You can still get them.
Yeah.
I mean, it was Port Zealand was brilliant. You know, usual standard. The tent's now the same way on as it was the previous year, which works really well. From a filming point of view, Tim, was there anything different for you guys?
No, I mean, you hit the nail on the head there with the configuration of the tent. I mean, in 2020, what was the one before, 2023?
Yeah.
It just felt more widescreen, even to the naked eye. I think the new configuration works really well, and Jens is able to sort of string his light show across the whole width of the tent, whereas he didn't do that before, and I think that makes it more impactful as a production for the audience. But I mean, I had to remind myself of what they played because I'd completely forgotten, and it was Marbles on the first night, wasn't it? And
it was.
And we'd done the new intro film for The Invisible Man.
That's right.
So good. So
good, yeah.
So we filmed that at Racket. We filmed it with H at Racket, me and Simon Ward. Can't remember when we did that. It was a few months before. And then Simon had this idea of H at different stages of his career, sort of that whole thing of aging, because wasn't it the first time he'd performed with the white hair?
Yeah.
It was all tied into that, and I mean, I'm always backstage, and I never get to see the show apart from through a multi-view gallery. So I gather it went down okay.
It was incredible. It looked brilliant, and obviously we'd never seen it before. It was great, really good. And a great opening to the weekend, yeah, definitely. And nice to see Pete T back after his extended break and jumping about like an idiot.
I think he's fitter than any of the others put together, actually. At the moment.
Yeah. As you mentioned, his reception for just being there was just outstanding. It really was.
The crowd really picked up on it, didn't they? It was like
yeah. We know now that they'd got Dave Insurance Plan Foster with them in case it didn't work out, and thankfully Dave wasn't needed.
Dave had the best time ever.
I bet he did. I bet he did.
It appeared jolly.
Well, when we chatted to Pete, we chatted to Pete in April, and he wasn't sure how it was going to go. Obviously got the clean bill of health, but he wasn't sure how he was going to do with the full set and whether he'd be tired but he looked and sounded amazing. He really did. He got such a great response from the crowd.
That's still my favorite episode of the whole year.
I think it might be mine from this year. Yeah,
I loved it. It was quite special.
Yeah, he was great, and I think, as we've told you off record, he chatted for another half hour once we'd finished recording. We were chatting about all sorts. It was lovely.
Yeah, he's lovely.
What about the rest of the weekend then? Did any of you come to the quiz?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I was there for the tail end of it actually, and I saw I saw another podcast member from he records with some guy called H, doing another podcast, and he didn't fancy his chances on the score that he got in the end, so
couldn't possibly comment.
Because you weren't allowed Wikipedia at the quiz.
Oh, now.
No,
the quiz went very well and was well received again, and
it's always good.
Yeah, it was good fun. It was good fun. As we've had Darren on to sort of explain how we put the quiz together and that sort of thing. So if we do go back, I'm sure there'll be another quiz.
Whose idea was it for this foot spa? I just remembered what that price was.
Andrew Barnsley would.
I was drinking punch out of that the next day.
I was going to say that foot spa, they should never have given that foot spa away. It's an absolute health and safety nightmare, whoever got that. Yeah.
Well, the first thing they did was they picked it up and looked at it, at the £3 plug on it. They were like, can't use it.
Yeah. The only thing that was good for that was the bin, but there you go. He might appear. Barnsley might appear at some point tonight. You never know. Craig, how was your weekend in Port Zealand?
Absolutely bloody fantastic. We just thoroughly enjoyed ourselves from dawn till dusk and that way around. That was brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And I don't think the gigs were necessarily the best gigs they've ever played at PZ, set list wise and stuff like that. I thoroughly enjoyed it, but I think it was actually the best atmosphere.
It felt more relaxed, but I don't know whether that was me being more relaxed or the whole setup was more relaxed. I don't know. It just felt less stressful and more time to sort of socialize and still catch the gigs. And
we still recorded bloody episodes when we were there.
We did, and Tim recorded an episode as well.
Yeah, 4 or 5 episodes over the weekend, wasn't it? Because we did the last fish one.
Yeah.
Plus the ones for this.
Well, I think it was unusual having everybody in the same place, because obviously, as we're doing now, we normally record on Zoom. But then we had sort of 7 people around one mic. Now, even Tim will tell you that doesn't work.
And somebody snoring in the background.
Yeah, Dobby snoring in the background, yeah. It was a good weekend for prog, though, wasn't it? Because that was the weekend that Stephen Wilson put out the overview.
Yeah.
So we were playing that.
Because we had to get the VPN sorted to order the CD.
The limited version,
yeah.
Yeah.
We had a couple of massive fans of Steve Wilson in our chalet, and they were excited about it dropping. So yeah,
it was good. Certainly the soundtrack in our chalet quite a lot. But yeah,
and you've got Mikey indoctrinated into that album as well, haven't you?
Yeah, absolutely love it. Yeah. Absolutely love it.
The other thing that happened on the Sunday morning in Port Zealand is Mike had his biggest captive audience for Planet Marzipan t-shirt sales because we had our meet and greet, which was lovely.
It was great.
I remember inviting a couple of people to the chalet to walk down so that it wouldn't just be me and Craig and Mike sat there. But then we got there and there were about 40 people. It was great. And there is a photograph on the Facebook page.
Somebody made his debut on that.
There you go. Yeah. But it was nice to see everybody, and folks saying lovely things about the podcast as well. People from all over the world, which, most English people can't understand what we say. So, yeah, God knows how Americans cope with it.
They all just wanted to meet Faye. That was all it was.
I know. You're disappointed. Didn't you?
Yeah.
We got our photo taken with the band as well, didn't we?
We did.
And Mark Kelly was asking advice about the podcast.
Yes.
Because he was just about to launch Prog and Progeny.
He was.
Funny that.
Yeah.
Basically, Mr. H told me to go forth and multiply because I was too busy talking to Mark Kelly.
Well, that was it. We're there. I think I was chatting to Rothers and you were chatting to Mark. And H is like, well, my chopped liver, But yeah, it was lovely. And it was great to get a photo, which was used to promote the podcast as well. Mike, did you drive over?
Yeah, we drove over. So we missed the first night. Which that was the part. Was that the party night? Or the arrival day we missed.
It was fancy dress, wasn't it? First night.
Yeah, we always end up missing that. So yeah, we drove over. There's a gang of us drove over. But for me, not just the Marillion sets, but Haunt the Woods stood out for me that weekend.
Yeah,
it was a great show on the main stage. But then they came and done the fun. Is the Fun Factory? I can never remember the Fun Factory
on the Sunday, the afternoon.
On the Sunday, and it was rammed.
Yeah.
And I think they picked up a lot of new fans that weekend.
Yeah, very much so.
Yeah, nice to see they've been announced for the UK tour as the support.
Yeah, it's a good link for them, isn't it? And that
they're on it Utrecht,
and they're not ashamed. Well, we'll see them this weekend as we're recording. Yeah, and they're not ashamed to be called prog, are they?
No,
which is unusual for people of that age.
We turned on the cameras for their main stage support slot, so I've got that in the can as well.
Have you had a chance to view any of it, Tim? Did it come across well?
Well, from where I was sitting, it came across brilliantly.
Yes.
It was looking great as well. And they did actually get lost on the site going to the sound check.
Riding around their van.
Yeah, in their van, they just couldn't find anyone.
I think one of the things that won them a lot of fans was that they were that humble on stage.
Yeah.
They came across as really, really genuine. I remember when the guitarist played his first solo and he stepped forward and he played his solo and the place went roared and you could see his face was like, oh my God. So that their response was really, really natural and really humble, and I think it endeared them to a lot of the crowd, those who hadn't heard them before.
Yeah, that was one of those. I I made the comment. I think I made it a bit too loud. I went just wow, and he stepped back and went, excuse me, and I went wow, and he was like, oh thanks, but they did, and what a voice! I mean, he's got so many octaves in his voice, incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're a very special band, aren't they? They really are. Who were the other supports? It's all
Beg Sisters.
Dave Foster band, Beg Sisters.
Oh yes, yeah, Beg Sisters. That was good. They're great.
And one of them came on stage and duetted with H, didn't they?
They did, yeah.
Angelina. Yeah.
Angelina. Yeah, Willow.
Yeah.
Willow.
Yeah.
We got some of Nick's anecdotes.
Well, Nick's
between the songs.
Nick's not known for being shy and retiring, is he? But and obviously he's there as the proud dad as well. So
yeah.
And Vic Armstrong did a little set as well, didn't he?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Dave played with Brick, didn't he? Dave Foster.
Steve Joe. And then Dave Foster band done a set in the afternoon as well in the Fun Factory.
Yeah. So all in all, a fantastic weekend. It would be great to go back.
And Attic on the Friday night.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Do you want to talk about it?
Oh, God, yeah.
I'm not going to talk about it because I walked out.
I know you did. I was with you. You walked out and then you regretted it because people told you.
I did regret it because
Yeah.
I walked. So the first 3 tracks were awful, and everybody admits that the first 3 tracks were awful sound-wise. It wasn't the performance; it was just the sound was really, really bad. And it got to the halfway through the 3rd song, and I went, I can't sit through this. So I got up and walked out. And apparently, somebody went back to the sound engineer at the 4th song and went, "Sort yourself out," and everything was perfect from then on. So
you were in the bar with us.
I was.
Yes. Never mind.
Via Billy's Burgers.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, the top weekend, and the first one of the run. So as I say, Mark, later on that month, Mark launched Prog and Progeny. Not easy for me to say. And then the second weekend of the year was in Paris from the 11th to the 12th of April. Any of you guys do that one?
Yeah. Prior to that, though, still Marillion played the world-renowned venue in Dundee.
Yeah, we did.
Which is?
Beat Generator is the name
I
of the
wanted
venue.
to say Beat Generator.
Yeah.
Beat Generator, yeah. I've got a long-standing association with this venue because I've been playing there in its current name format and its previous name format for just shy of 20 years now. Originally we made in Scotland, and then latterly with both bands. So yeah. Listen, Dundee's a great gig. For both bands. We always get a really great crowd and reaction up there. A lot of people probably think, Dundee, why are they playing in Dundee? Well, the reality is,
Right.
we're a Scottish-based band, and
And there's a university city as well, so it's quite lively at times.
Yeah, and I think the thing that sometimes gets overlooked is that we play most of our gigs outside of Scotland, so it's nice to have. I'm not going to say Dundee's a local gig because it's not hardly around the corner, but compared to the travelling that we do for other gigs, it's a bit more. It's a bit shorter in terms of the travel distance and stuff like that as well. That was a great night. That was the first night where we kind of changed the set a little bit as well, because after the first couple of gigs, we always kind of, those first 2 gigs of the year with a kind of new set list are always kind of waiting to see what the reaction will be to some of the songs. And I'm looking at my notes here because I did actually make some notes. I think when we played in Dundee, we dropped Freaks out the set. Freaks had been in the set and it was played the first couple of shows, but we didn't feel it was working in that particular set. Right. No offense to anybody that likes Freaks as a song. I'm got no issues with it, but it just wasn't sitting right in the set. So it came out, and what did we bring back in? The Web. The Web came back in because a lot of people were asking us to play the Web again. So yeah, it was great, and that gig is also slightly noted as well. I'm looking at the set list here as well, because we did play an Iron Maiden song during that show as well, which occasionally happens during Still Marillion shows. You quite often get wasted years by Iron Maiden, depending on Mr. Mitchell and if he's feeling it or not. So yeah, good party atmosphere at that gig.
Brilliant. Okay. Well, I have to be honest and say I'm really sorry. I've missed out Montreal. Montreal was the second weekend, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So that was the 29th, I think, wasn't it?
And that was a 3-nighter as well, wasn't it? So there was only PZ as the full Montreal and Utrecht to get the full.
No, it was 2-nighter. 2-nighter Montreal.
Was it 2 nights?
2 nights, yeah.
Oh, sorry, I beg your pardon.
Was that a farewell to Montreal as well?
It was, yeah.
Yeah, I think it was. I think they said it was the last time, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, but they've said that about Port Zealand as well. So we'll see, will we? Farewell for 2025, let's say.
Was there some discussions about Toronto being the next venue? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. None of us were there, so very difficult to talk about. But I understand it was another great weekend. You weren't there, Tim, were you?
No.
And then it was Paris on the 11th and 12th of April. How was Paris, Mike?
Paris was great. Lovely venue. Absolutely gorgeous. Proper old theatre.
Was it a casino thing this time?
Yeah, the Casino Royale or the Royal Casino. Really nice balconies, stunning sounds. Yeah, really good. Band on top form. I think the format of the 2 nights was really working well.
Yeah.
For both, for the band and crew. Jens lit the place up beautifully. Phil had a great sound. Yeah, top weekend. And it was Paris. It was nice to go to a Paris gig where it wasn't mugged.
Okay.
I'd got mugged a couple of years earlier when me, Darren, and Hells went to Zodiac.
Did you?
So, I wasn't feeling the love for Paris, but I did this time. It was lovely. Really nice.
Okay. There was Girona at the end of April as well, 25th to 26th.
Yeah, and in between there was the other releases.
Well, yes, I've got
The Strange Engine.
What is that? What
it was This Strange Engine CD, wasn't it? And This Strange Engine vinyl, and the Misplaced picture disc.
Yeah, because it was just the standard release of this.
The single from the box set. I see. Yeah. Well, Misplaced Childhood came out later. The picture disc.
Did it?
It came out later in the year.
Okay.
What was announced in April was the pre-sale for the Bioscope album through Racket. So there's a single disc version you could buy from Racket of Brothers' new project, the album Gento. The other notable thing in April is that we recorded Seamus's favourite episode of Planet Marzipan with Pete Troavis.
Yes.
He was the last member of the band that we had to hunt down to.
It was. We had to complete the set. Yes.
We'll be cycling around them again. Well, Derek, yeah. Don't go there.
Never say never,
You just never know.
No. Did you say you did?
The thing is, my dad's a sheep farmer. Maybe we can get my dad to go up and give him some tips.
Fluffed his tail.
Sorry, Mike, did you say you did Girona?
Yeah.
Was that warm?
It was very warm. It was lovely. Nice to go somewhere warm for a change.
What was the venue like?
It was very modern. It was nice. It was a big square box. It was proper auditorium.
Was that the Geox place? Was that Girona?
Yeah, it had some balconies down the side, but they were really straight. Like there might be 7 seats or 8 seats. It was just a couple of little balconies. We were lucky enough when the tickets went on, we got that that first balcony, which was quite cool.
Right.
But nice place. Web Spain done well.
Were they the main organisers then?
I think the Webs, and shout out to the Web France. They'd done a great pop up in the venue. There was a pub next to the theatre, so I think all the Webs always get involved, don't they? And they're involved in doing the fan, which is, it's a nice way to meet people and see people as well.
Yeah, brilliant. Okay.
But yeah, Girona is definitely one of them places you go back to. Nice vibe, nice square. Everyone congregated in the square. A bit of a walk to the venue, but yeah,
brilliant.
Good shows.
Wasn't that the weekend that Spain had all its power cuts?
Yes. Yeah, so as everyone was leaving, I think we got out. It was the next day, wasn't it? It was the Monday. Yeah.
But you managed to get away?
Yeah, we all got out.
Did Stephanie get caught in it?
Yeah, I think Stephanie got caught and a few other people.
Right, yeah. Okay. Into May then, Padua, 9th and 10th of May?
Yeah. Return to Padua.
That's the Geox, isn't it, Padua?
That's the Geox, yeah.
That looks like a nice venue.
It's huge. It looks like you've been there, Tim, haven't you?
I've not been to Padua.
It's like a big aircraft hangar. It's huge.
Is it?
Real nice setup. It's got a fan zone at the front. It's permanent fan zone at the front with eateries and bars and stuff. Nice place inside, and then the auditorium's fantastic.
Yeah,
nice seating. There's no bad view anywhere in the place, and it was rammed. Rod's done he done the signing session for the album on the second day.
Oh right, okay.
So although he got some stock there. So
I think he'd said he was going to sell some, which is why they started selling it through Racket as well. There was a slight hiccup with the racket orders, but we'll gloss over that. Yes. And the other thing that was announced in May was that it was confirmed that the last weekend was in Utrecht, which was widely known, I think, among the fans, but it was confirmed that that was the venue. And at the time of recording, that hasn't happened yet. We're going to do that this weekend, aren't we? And then at the end of May was the Leicester weekend in the UK, 24th, 25th of May, which was a bit of a marathon with all the tribute bands. I mean, Martin, you guys were back at the Y again, weren't you?
Yeah.
What started now?
Well, you know, what do you want me to say? Other tribute bands are available.
Yeah, but you sell out first.
Well, I'm not going to comment what other.
No,
bands
I know
do.
you're
It would
not.
be
I know you're not.
Wholly inappropriate for me that we started doing this back in 2013, with after consultation with Lucy and the band to ask how they felt about it. And I've continued to do that all the way down the line. We don't just go ahead and do it. I always check in with Lucy to make sure that they're still comfortable with us doing it. And we still continue to do what we've always done and make as much of a contribution to a charity as we can for profits from t-shirt sales and all the rest of it, as much as we can, because we're not there to just cash in on the Marillion fan base. That's not what it's about.
It's always a great atmosphere in your gigs. I mean, it is anyway, but especially the ones in Leicester.
Yeah, the weekend ones from the UK weekends are always like next level. It's a great venue as well. The Y Theatre is a great venue. It's a place that people like to go to.
Yeah.
Nice setup, and we always try and push the envelope for those gigs as much as we can, and normally try and throw a couple of things in that we either haven't played before or that haven't played for a long time.
Yeah. Can you remember what you threw in this time? Can you remember what you threw in, Martin?
This time round was Beaujolais Day.
It was.
It was one of the demos from the aborted 5th album of Fish, which is known in another universe as Season's End. So we played the demo of Beaujolais Day up to the point where that original demo then morphs into Warm Wet Circles from memory. So at that point we then morphed Beaujolais Day into Season's End. So it starts as Beaujolais Day and then became Season's End. So
it was amazing. I don't know how you do it.
Cool thing to do.
My brain was just not coping with it. But yeah, we're looking to see the sound check, and then you did it.
That's right. You guys went into the sound check, and we did a little bit for the podcast on there as well. Yeah, that was a bit messed up with my brain a wee bit, because
absolutely,
in my head this is the music from Season's End, but you got to sing a completely different lyric and a completely different vocal melody over the top of it. So yeah. Thankfully, we didn't screw it up.
No, you didn't. No,
definitely not.
And that was the debut of the Rainbow in a Magpie.
Rainbow in a Magpie by Marjo. Yeah, great design.
Yeah. Marjo put together a great design for the Leicester event t-shirts, which thanks to Mike, we sold tons off and raised a great sum for charity off the back of that.
Mike, am I right in saying that that's now available on a hoodie? That design?
Yeah, we've got a hoodie, a key ring, t-shirt, a new t-shirt with it on with a different back design. So yeah, all available.
There's your advert. Yeah.
Jockstraps coming next year.
And if you're listening to this in December,
I'm wearing one right now, Craig.
That's only fair. That's
2025. Planet Marzipan t-shirts are only £15 this month.
Yeah.
Well played. What a fantastic.
Well, there's your commercial break, folks. Sorry about that. Craig? We went to see a couple of the other tribes, didn't we?
We did indeed, and it was that whole weekend is actually now a complete blur. I vaguely remember us spending the first evening in the pub like we traditionally do, and then I remember coming home. Everything in the middle, it's just all up in the air.
It was great. Yeah, it was really good.
But yeah, because we I'm trying to think how many of the other support the other tribute acts were on, because there was
Mr. Punch were on 3 times.
Yeah, but we didn't get to see them.
No, Glass Satellites were on the Sunday, and Marquis Square Heroes
was
on
on Sunday. So it was only still Marillion and Marquis Square Heroes that we got a chance to see.
Yeah. But it's a packed weekend and it's great fun, if you were there, and if you weren't there, be there next time because you missed out.
Tim, did you do any filming?
We filmed Lucy's audience which has ended up on YouTube, and I did a few bits and bobs, and there was like a montage video that came out on YouTube of Leicester, and similarly for Berlin, because I went over to Berlin as well. There would have been one for everyone had I been at every one of them, but
yeah.
But between Padua and Leicester, we also did a load of interview filming for the .com documentary.
Oh yeah,
which is coming out next year, and we're just in the process of approving all the test discs and everything for that before they go off to Germany and for manufacture. So we did a load of interviews at Racket with the band. I went off and did an interview with Eric Nielsen.
Oh right.
And with Carl Glover as well, who did the artwork. And that I've got to say, it's one of the most enjoyable documentaries of the whole series that I've put together, because it's one of the most interesting ones, because it really is that pivotal moment in the band's history where it could have gone one of two ways.
Yeah.
And fortunately, they had the group of people that they had there with the ideas that they had in order to bring the database together, which then springboarded them to do Anarachnophobia. So it's a really interesting watch. I think it's about 80 minutes long altogether.
Brilliant.
So
yeah, looking forward to that.
And I went round to H's place and we did a bit of filming for his Ice Cream Genius release.
Which is coming next year, isn't it?
Yeah, so there's going to be a little bit of an interview on that as well. That was quite cool.
On my notes for, I think, June, I think you'd asked for more passport photos for the sleeve of .com as well. So you putting updated photos
so
on? That was the plan?
They're not on the artwork itself.
All right.
They are, no spoilers at all, but they are the menu screen on the Blu-ray.
Okay. Cool.
I got about 900 altogether.
Oh.
And you when you load up the Blu-ray, they scroll up and find yourself if you sent in a passport photograph, because it's more likely to be on there.
Brilliant. Yeah, we're eagerly looking forward to that, and the Ice Cream Genius re-release as well.
Definitely.
Yeah, but after Leicester, any still Marillion activity other than?
Yeah, can we just go back to Leicester? Big shout out. Cutting crew were phenomenal.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely phenomenal.
Were they a 3-piece for that particular?
They weren't the full band. Yeah.
But even
they did bring the house down.
Fantastic.
Nick's got such a lot of energy as well, hasn't he? Nick Van Eed, yeah. How were they in Berlin? Because it was a full band there, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah,
outstanding.
Yeah.
Kevin, the guitarist, mind-blowing. He's really good.
Yeah. I'd like to see the full band. Hope they sort of bring him back for another weekend or something in the UK. And that's the year so far. So that's the 2025 review part 1, all done and dusted. But I just want to say thank you to our guests, Tim Sidwell, Mike Barton, Grae Tennick, Paul McMillan, Martin Jakubski, Mikey Kay, and Seamus Colgan. They'll be back with us next week for a pre-New Year continuation of 2025 in part 2.
It's almost organised. It's almost like we're not actually cutting and pasting everything together because the episode went long.
Yeah.
Behind the curtains, guys.
But Craig and I want to wish you a really, really happy Christmas and a peaceful Christmas. And we thank you for listening to the podcast. We'll see you just before New Year, and we'll see you into the New Year. Take care.
Indeed. And stay alive. Thanks for listening to Planet Marzipan Podcast. Please like and subscribe from whichever platform you get your podcasts from. You can contact us at planetmarzipanpodcast@gmail.com and check out marillion.com, fishmusic.scot for all the good stuff.